World's Finest number 15, written by Paul Levitz, art by Manuela Lupacchino. So last issue, we had Helena get taken into a boom tube to see Desaad, and Karen went with. This issue was like 3 pages of actual content and then a lot of fighting. So Karen goes through the boom tube. She's totally disoriented, and finally she's like, oh, hey, there's the exit. And as she goes through, she gets zapped by some parademons, and then immediately starts just tearing apart these parademons. Just like, hey, where's your boss? Where's my friend? Tell me now or I'm going to bring this whole building down on you. And they just start running away, and she's like, wrong answer, and brings the whole building down on them. Meanwhile, we see Helena is being interrogated by Desaad, and Desaad's like, yes, I've enjoyed the chase of you running, but now it is time to taste you once and for all when the nice pheromones that you've built up. They're like pheromones, but fear. And so he rips off her cape and therefore part like the top corner of her costume, and then threatens her with some sort of electricity. And we see Karen just still going through, kicking ass of all the parademons, really fighting against them. She does mention how she's feeling a little bit sluggish. She doesn't feel like she's at her 100% right now, but regardless, we see Desaad is seeing Karen come at them on the monitors, and it's just like, ah, crap. All right, look, I really wanted to deal with her later. She showed up now. This is a problem, so I'm going to go ahead and just let you go because I really don't want to be here for this. I'll get you later. So he goes off and he's like, all right, look, whatever. I'm going to go deal with her, try to get her to knock him in here. But like more or less he's setting her free, but she's still trapped in a chair, and she's like, oh no, I'm not gonna just wait here for him. So she pops out some claws on her gloves that she rarely uses because obviously her mom was Catwoman, and uses them to bust out of one of the shackles, and then she uses her Batman lock-picking skills to get out of the other ones. And as she stands up, this big brute comes in and just like, boss said you were to stay in chair. And Helena just kicks him in the face, punches him a few times, takes him down. And immediately he's like, oh, you are master now. And she's like, ew, no, get away. So Helena finally makes her way, or not Helena, Karen finally makes her way down the hall, finds Desaad, and Desaad's like, hey, I'm going to stop you from tearing apart this place. And she's like, psh, try it. So she gets zapped with whatever electric tools he has, and it does manage to do a little bit of damage. And at that point, he's attacked by an arrow. Helena's firing it off at him, and he's just like, oh, okay, you guys took out my men, and I really cannot take you both at the same time. So regardless, I'm gonna let you ripen a bit more, get some more pheromones, and then I'll pull you back. Bye. And so he boom tubes them back to Earth, seemingly. They show up in a random place, but they's like, oh, are we back home? Why did he just toss us back? And he's just like, I don't know, he tossed us back like we were fish that were too small. What the heck? I feel like this is not the right way to build this up, but regardless, they are happy to be home. But Karen looks down and realizes that she actually has been cut up and like is bleeding a bit, so her powers are not working as usual. So that's the cliffhanger there. It's a short issue. Honestly, I was reading through it. I thought there was more when I got to the end, and then I was like, oh, that was it. Because it's just one long extended fight scene, as like 3 of these past issues have been. Which is a problem. It is a problem of pacing in that these books are like $3.99. And to not feel like I got more out of it than that, like, it's a problem. All in all, I would say this is probably close. This is like it's a 6.5. I'd give it a 6, but Lupacchino's art is fantastic. It does really look great throughout. Don't have any issues with that. So 6.5 is really, really come down on. But the biggest problem I'm having is the fact of it doesn't feel like any of these comics have enough content to justify their existence. Like, we had an extended fight scene, and all it basically amounted to was they get back to Earth and Karen's powers are messed up. Like, they didn't even beat the bad guy. It just ended. So I want more out of my books than that. I'm all for a good decompression when it has a purpose. This doesn't feel like it has a purpose. So 6.5.